Just a yodobashi.
Maybe for the listeners, explain that one for us.
Yodobashi is the greatest place in the world. It's like a 10-floor Myers shopping centre if you're from Australia. But each floor is for one thing. So one is computers, one is like laundry and appliances. Of course, I was on the 11th floor, the PlayStation, the gaming floor. It's just wall to wall. Is it literally just a PlayStation floor? Yeah.
No Xbox.
There's
Xbox.
No, there's other stuff. There's like
PS4.
But it's all gaming. So I've had a good time, and I get into the elevator, and there's these three guys, three Japanese young men, and myself, a very white young man. And we get into the elevator and go to the ground floor. The doors seal, and they're kind of looking at me, just like, and it's sort of that thing, like they're kind of like looking at each other and giggling, and then looking at me, and then turning away.
Kaijin!
And I very clearly heard, they're speaking amongst themselves. I didn't speak a lot of Japanese then, and I don't speak much more now. But clearly heard the word gaijin, which for anyone that doesn't know is a word that means southern barbarian. It's what the Japanese used to call, I believe it was the Portuguese when they landed in Japan some 400 years ago. But it just sort of, it's a derogatory term for white people.
Okay.
Another one is weeaboo, which will also get thrown. Of course, that's what I was. I was that white guy going, look, Japan video games, show me the anime. But that made me feel really weird because I clearly heard it. We're still in the elevator, and I just kind of felt uncomfortable. And I was like, this is...
You feel unsafe?
No, but I was like uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I was like, that's not something I can
Why don't
help.
you stand up? Stand up for your rights. Why,
Because I like scream white power at them or something.
I was gonna say that. I was like, why? I held back. Like, why? I should have just.
Don't hold back.
Also,
well, I feel okay.
This is not a place for holding back, Ryan.
But
you've already said
yelling white power usually is pretty inappropriate. So.
That's true. That's true.
Always inappropriate.
Well, in this circumstance, I don't think.
This is not the story that I thought you were telling.
Oh, well, just to finish that one off, in Japan, I don't know if it's illegal, but the Japanese can legally refuse entry to places to white people. They are, it's somewhat
frowned
racist.
upon.
Well, yeah, there's just like, Japan...
They like to have places for the Japanese only.
Yes, that's it.
That's hella racist.
Yeah, that's pretty racist.
Well, no, it's not. Well, I mean...
that's
I'm sorry.
Straight up racist.
Straight up. Imagine going to America and them going, oh no Italians in here. Like, that's straight up racist.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Excluding
being like, no.
everyone.
Only white Americans, sorry.
This is only my personal experience, for the record. I don't speak for everyone that's ever been to Japan.
There's racism everywhere in the world.
Especially here in Australia.
There's been some terrible...
We're fairly racist.
What was like Australia Day, like 4 years ago? Oh.
Australia Day is a true travesty every year.
Pretty much somewhere, at some point throughout that day, some vilest...
some white Australian's going to say, get out, we're full.
Or just, it's more of an act. Like, there's usually some violence behind it, honestly.
He's going to be drunk, he's got his shirt off, he's wrapped in the Australian flag.
Most likely with a Southern Cross tattoo.
Oh, without a doubt, the Southern Cross tattoo.
This is the much talked about Australian bogan.
Very similar to the American redneck, yet...
Or the UK chav.
Yeah.
Yes.
I did want to... No, can we talk about your other story where you were...
I don't know what this is.
You were... I'm going to butcher this because
You're going to ruin me.
I wasn't you. But you were staying with Pete, like some Japanese guys that you found their accommodation online or something.
Yep, I lived in a share house.
And they took you out to a bar?
Yep.
And you were with some of their girlfriends and them?
Oh, yeah, this is great. So, I was with an Italian guy. He was probably one of the most incredible dudes I've ever met. He'd been living there for a few years.
Dude, we're right here.
Are you coming out to us? Right?
No. Just for a bit of context, this guy was Italian. He spoke like 6 languages, one of them being Japanese. And I think he was only like 30. And he was just a legend. And he kind of like took me under his wing. Japan's really hard unless you have someone to show you stuff. You just kind of like, it's overload. Yeah. But anyway, he took me out. And he was dating a young Japanese girl, which is very frowned upon. For the record, he's a white Italian guy with red hair, which is that's really makes you stand out.
They'll be gone soon.
So he took me out to a bar and he was telling me how a fun little thing that the local Japanese youngsters, men specifically, do is when, like, so he'd take his girlfriend out to a bar and he'd go to the bathroom, and Japanese guys, because they didn't like seeing a white guy with a Japanese girl, would come up to her while he was away and just kind of be like, "Oh, is that your boyfriend? Have you been seeing him for long?" And she'd be like, "Yeah, for a little while." And then they'll just kind of be like, "He was here last night with another girl." And just kind of like...
sabotage.
Yeah, just kind of like dog it a little bit. And he said that's happened to him...
Not bros.
Yeah, it happened to him multiple times. Like,
Not bros.
No.
Just...
That's a bad bro.
It's interesting.
It's an interesting little...
Then you get into the whole thing where, like, the Yakuza apparently aren't on the street anymore, but they have Nigerians. That's, like, their street-level dudes. They'll employ Nigerians to kind of, like, run... There's virtually no crime anyway, but apparently, like, yeah, if you see Nigerians out in places, like, they'll try and... they might get you into some of the seedier clubs.
Oh, yeah.
Is something to look out for.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, that's fun.
All right. Well, this has been a blast.
It really has.
It has. We should move on.
We should move on. It is time for that. Great.
Wait, did we cover it?
What? Like, I don't know. It's the usual words.
We found out that you don't like the word spleen, so I'm going to bring that up quite a lot for the rest of your life.
Honestly, like, Ryan and I, as bad as it is, don't really have a filter when we're comfortable, but it's the usual suspects that we're not going to be saying in a public forum.
Yeah.
Moral of the story is don't be a racist, don't be a moron.
Yeah.
Tolerance
is
is
more
everything.
about context than anything.
Yep.
Yeah, it's all... it's about the intent behind it.
Yeah.
What are some of your favourite racial slurs?
No,
I'm just kidding.
Don't start, Ryan. He'll actually go.
There's some good ones.
Really quickly, my favourite thing in Borderlands 2, a video game, there's a quest in that where Sir Hammerlock wants you to change the name of a local beast. They're called bullymongs. And he's like, that sounds a little bit racist, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Bullymongs.
Well, what about Fallout with the mutants calling you smooth skin?
Oh, yeah, that's great.
That's
Smooth skin.
Like, that's a bit racist.
That's against humans.
It's accurate, though.
Yeah.
Can you give them shit for being accurate? Is that racist if it's accuracy?
Oh, no, yes. Well, think of like... Okay,
do it. Just
you animal.
No, let's leave this here. We've gone on long enough.
What about Battlestar? They call them toasters.
Nah, we don't need to do that. They're machines. They don't count.
That's a whole nother topic.
Khayl, what are you packing?
Apparently, my intellectual historical discussion last week
didn't
go down so well.
Well, we don't really know because no one says anything to us, but just
some feedback,
everyone.
No, I got some feedback from some people I trust. I just I thought it was too highbrow for you guys, so I'm going to bring it down a little bit.
Down a little bit.
Give me a second, because what I think really is the crux of this. It was not the topic or question that you brought to the table. It was the extended paragraphs of textbook text that you came with.
Yeah, whatever, dude.
Where they really just brought the whole mood down, dude.
Yeah, you gotta summarize, dude. Like
I would have been happy. This is all I wanted from this. Ready? Some people have compared modern day USA to the Roman Empire. What do you guys think about this?
Still too
Done.
long. Still too long.
I'm feeling.
Can you listen to this after this? Because it's literally near the end of the last episode. Khayl goes on for about 20 minutes and just goes. Roman Empire was
I'm feeling very
democratic republic.
I'm feeling very attacked. I'm feeling very put on blast.
All right, Khayl, give me a dick joke.
All right, I'm ready. I'm bringing it back. I would like to know what you gentlemen think about pornography. When did you start using pornography? I assume you all do, because you're terrible men.
Yeah.
Pornography is pictures or images or even stories that are sexual in nature, erotic, if you will.
No, I just watched a really cool Batman movie once.
But I guess what I want to know...
So like stuff on SBS, basically.
Yeah, anything on SBS.
Oh, that's an interesting segue.
No, how did it start? What was the first pornographic...
SBS.
And
that was your first?
No, like not that it was my first, but like when you're young and the hormones are flying and you're like, I can't really... We were all in a day where the internet was not very prevalent.
Waiting for that picture to download.
Oh,
You're waiting,
yeah.
line by line. Your parents are in the next room. You've really got to get it going so you can print it out quickly and take it downstairs.
Furiously.
No, you got to print it. You need a hard copy.
Oh, I actually did that.
Oh,
one
really?
time.
You print them?
And
Yeah, you print them and
s-
stash them.
Yeah, you stash them.
No, I never printed.
In the woods.
Oh, dude,
I'd stash mine in the
you're
woods.
playing that was a
I
risky
didn't even
game.
think about it.
The print and stash.
That's genius.
I want to give a shout out. I want to give a shout out, a little special shout out to our Naked News. You familiar with this?
Oh, I am naked with this.
It's actually got me really flustered.
Freudian slip.
I
Sorry,
can confirm Govinda is actually naked.
sorry, we didn't mention at the start of this. We all got naked, and there's muted porn playing in the background right now,
Which is
rock
my
solid.
safe
If you can't
zone.
hear us, we're off watching.
So I am naked with this. I'm very naked with this.
Naked News was on. I think it was the Comedy Channel.
Yeah, well, it's a late night comedy channel.
Late night comedy channel. I was probably about 15, and the first time I ever saw it, it's just very good-looking women, usually quite busty, are just telling the news.
Yeah.
And then with no context at all, like they're talking about like genocide in Uganda, they'll just unbutton their top and just like slowly become naked. But they kind of really tease it out, and it's fantastic.
I just like that.
You
Like
gotta get that little tease. As much as you hate it, you gotta get a tease.
SBS, like late night SBS, which for the foreign listeners is like a what's it stand for?
I don't know.
Something
That's
broadcast
terrible.
service. Oh, what do we? Whoa.
Social? Is it like
Possibly,
Because it's always
just
like
all
foreign.
the, all foreign films and stuff. So generally, if you looked at late night SBS, you'd get a film from like Germany
Or France.
or France,
Yeah,
and
it's like
and
all
it's almost guaranteed
There's gonna be a
naked
little
women,
boob.
Yeah,
There's gonna be a
pretty
little
much.
boob.
boob, but almost guaranteed like full nudity with
Yeah,
bush,
you might get a bit of bush.
With bush.
with bush.
You animal.
You rarely man bush.
But when you're like 14, you just take what you can get, really.
When do you remember the first time when you got the internet and you were let loose?
oh,
What did you do?
No,
Tell me
I
this.
remember getting my first laptop.
Oh, that's
Like my first
dangerous.
when you have
personal
your
computer.
own computer, it's a whole new world.
Kids today don't know what we went through.
I think mine was. I had my smartphone before my own computer.
I think it's probably just
Yeah, I
drenched
never
in jizz.
like needed
Oh, dude,
a
that's
computer
crazy.
going through.
I just got
Like
one.
when I was that young.
Yeah, kids these days don't know what we went through.
No,
Like now they've
But
all
we
got
don't know what-
smartphones are like 10 and 10.
we don't know what our parents went through. Imagine
Oh.
magazines and like
man.
VHS.
Here's one for you.
I saw VHS as one of my
yeah.
first.
Did you
Oh,
ever
really?
do that, like with a group
I
of
think
friends?
one of my first was. No, I would have been.
It was like the one I saw was like it was like a game show, and it was just like sex games, and then these bushy chicks would get railed by
shit. If it's VHS, she's bushy.
Well, yeah, that's true. How do you know that porn is one of the things that pushes media forward?
Yeah,
Like,
it actually pushed DVD.
yeah, VHS as well was
And
huge.
VHS.
Another thing to be thankful for.
Yeah, the sales of porn has always pushed it
Well, no,
forward.
because there's always competitors. There was VHS, and then there was what was the other one? What was the other? Laserdisc. And because porn picked up VHS and started pushing everything out in VHS, it became the predominant platform.
Titties are a powerful thing.
Oh, they sell anything.
Sex sells. They say it. A lot.
Okay.
I wanted to discuss.
Yeah, no,
on
I
this
really
topic.
want to fucking get into this one.
Yeah.
How detrimental do you think porn is
Very.
and will be?
Very.
Um,
It desensitizes.
it's taught me a lot.
Yeah, but I think it's desensitized. It's had more of a negative effect than teaching you a couple of things.
Not for me personally, because I can really draw a line. Like, I don't have sex like a porn star.
No, but it's not like desensitizes you to think that you can just have sex with someone like a porn star. It's more like you just the day-to-day thought.
I guess knowing that it's literally in the palm of my hand with my iPhone, the world's porn is ready to go at any time.
I've been veering away from it lately.
Yeah.
Go on, Govinda. I'm very
Well,
interested.
like just out of curiosity, weekly porn website visits. Give me a number.
Obviously, a lot more when I was younger. Maybe let's say twice a week.
Now.
Oh, whoa. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's low.
That's low.
Is
dude.
it?
Yeah.
I was like, oh, maybe that's a bit
There's
much.
There's been times in my life it was every day.
Yeah.
I've been there.
I'm there.
That's today.
It's funny because like
I'll skip days.
When
that's like
we'll be at home and it's like we're in the lounge room hanging out, chilling, and then everyone separates to their rooms, and all of a sudden the internet goes really slow.
Is that a joke?
Yeah. That's the porn time, I think.
Yeah. What do you reckon? Sean's just flogging his little log.
I think all of us probably are. At some point.
Little log.
That's crucial.